Good morning, Kev from Leeds Harmonica. I am going to continue now with this chromatic stuff. Work through the first song, and the next thing to do is to start practicing those licks in a structured way so that we remember them and get practice playing them. Okay, and we're going to use David Barrett's chorus forms concept to go through this. I've done other videos on that, so I'll link those down below. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take a lick out of the song. I'm going to use one that David suggests here because it leaves a lot of room for fills in the next bit. And I'm just going to repeat this lick for the duration of the song, however many times it fits into the 12 bar. Okay, so I've got the jam track loaded up here, and it's slowed down about 20%. And I'm just going to play this one lick. Here we go. That's our lick. Just going to keep playing it. And again. Okay, so oopsie-daisy. So that's not fantastically interesting, but repeating that lick is extremely useful for learning it. Okay, so the next step, once you've played that through a few times, is to play the lick once, and then in the remaining space where the second repetition would be, we want to improvise something, a little fill lick, and this is where things get a little bit tricky. I'm not very experienced yet at coming up with licks on the fly here, but remembering back to what we learned at the start, that we want to use the draw notes primarily and blow notes as stepping stones, I'm going to use that as guidance when I'm trying to invent something on the spot. Okay, so let's give that another go. I'm going to do, so this is called AAA with fills. The previous one was called AAA because we're repeating the lick 3 times, right? Or 6 times as the case was. Here we go. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Let's try that again. Okay, I'm going to do that one more time. That was a mess. Okay, so what you're seeing there is that I'm very unskilled at coming up with licks on the fly on the chromatic because I haven't been playing it very long, right? But this is exactly the same process that I go through learning licks on the diatonic as well, and it works beautifully. Just keep repeating the lick, changing what you're playing around it. Works a treat. So the next level to this is, instead of putting in fill, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change the last line. I'll say the last line. If you think of the 12 bar as being a 12 bar blues and you've got 3 lines of 4 bars to add up to 12. So I tend to think of them in terms of chunks of 4 bars. The last line being where the 5-4-1 area happens, and then you go into the turnaround. And for that one, for the lick I'm using there, I'm going to pick out the lick that I had a bit of trouble with in the song, so that I get plenty of practice repeating it. So the lick that I'm going to use for, we're going to call this the B lick, so we're calling our original, that's our A lick. The B lick I'm going to play over the final 4 bars of the form, and it goes like this. No, it doesn't. Okay, so that's the most involved lick in the song. It's a really nice 5/4/1 lick and turnaround, and we're going to use that, but I'm going to play our original lick first for 8 bars, then the last 4 bars we're going to do that. This makes more sense when you hear it than having a klutz explain it to you. So I'm going to get the jam track back on, and here we go. Back to our original lick for the first 8 bars. Okay, here it comes. That's not bad. What I would do after that is I'd put the fills back in and leave the last bar as it was. So I'm going to wait for this to come round. I'm going to play that the final 4 bars again, and then I'm going to play AAB but with fills. Okay. Here we go. Okay, cool. So if I wasn't filming this, I'd just keep playing that again and again, coming up with different fill licks and whatnot. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break, and we're going to go on to the next step. Okay, the next way I'm going to mess about with this is I'm going to play our A lick over the first 4 bars. When the 4 chord comes on bar 5, I am going to nick another lick out of the song that follows the rule we were talking about earlier, that the 3 blow sounds good over the 4 chord. The lick is... which sounds great. So I'm going to play the A lick, I'm going to play that new lick over the 4 chord, come back to the A lick, and then do our final 5/4/1 and turnaround. So that's the A, B, A, B chorus form, right? So we've got our A lick, our B, A, B, A, C, I should say. We've got our A lick, the B lick comes in for the 4 chord, back to the A lick. When the 5/4/1 and the turnaround comes, we've got our C lick. Okay, so if I can manage this without making too much of a mess, here we go. That sounded pretty good. So there's an awful lot to say about this chorus form idea. I've written a PDF about it. I'll link that down below as well. But it is at most basic. That's what it is. It's using repetition in interesting ways to give some structure and coherence to what you're playing. And the side effect of it is that it's an absolutely brilliant way of learning licks, because you just pick a lick as your A lick, a lick as your B lick, a lick as your C lick, and you just run all day messing about with that, trying to make up fills and put them in. So I've done a little bit of this. My fills, my improvisation skills on the fills are still poor, and they will be for a little while because this is brand new, right? I'm more confident on the diatonic for sure. But that was really fun. I'm going to play this some more, then I'll put this video together and upload it. Coming up next is the next study song, which is called Cool Blue, I think. Anyway, we'll get to that. So thanks for watching. I hope that was fun and useful, and we'll be back soon.